Chelsea, your TA lady. I hope everybody's having a great day. Going to be covering Bitcoin's latest updates, the crypto market news, as well as some setups. So Bitcoin hit their all-time high at 51,000. It crossed that psychological resistance, which was huge. And altcoins obviously bleeded because money was flowing into Bitcoin, which you can tell by the Bitcoin dominance chart. So if you're not utilizing that, that's definitely something you'll need to utilize. I'll show it to you in this video. Let's get to it. All right, so this is your Bitcoin dominance chart, which on the daily, it printed the last three green candles. So that is positive news. And you may need to adjust these to kind of see if it's on the outer line or not. Sometimes they can be fake outs, but you can do your trend lines either on the candles or that whole entire candlestick line. So it's up to you, but it's still in that downtrend. So we're waiting for it to break out, but you've had three green candles in a row where that's saying this Bitcoin dominant chart, money's flowing into Bitcoin. And this is on the daily chart, so let's bring it down to the 4-hour chart. You are at the top of the trend line. It's starting to go ahead retrace, so you would assume that it stays in this pattern until it breaks out, which your MACD, it looks like it's about to cross. You're having lower momentum, so it's looking like a downward movement. Your RSI is pointing down. Your stochastic RSI is also had a bearish cross. So yeah, it could continue down to this down trend line, and that's the 4-hour chart. So let's look at the Bitcoin chart. All right, so Bitcoin's at 51,242 right now, and this is the daily chart. It's been in this rising wedge, continues to stay in the pattern until it doesn't. You do have, look at lower momentum coming on the MACD. Looks like potential across. You can kind of tell by when this digs up, and then you kind of start getting that point down. It's kind of happening here, but something to pay attention to just to see. But overall, it's been in a bullish trend. This is really great news. This is your 4-hour chart, so it's been kind of staying and ranging in this area, which when it ranges, those alt BTC pairs do good. So let's go ahead, check out the 1-hour chart. Again, so you see this is all ranging around the point of control here. So something to pay attention to of what's going on with Bitcoin, where the money's flowing in. And another way to tell is your total too, which is your altcoin market cap. All right, so this has been ranging, but look at you. It almost looks like you have an inverse head and shoulders here. So I'll draw this out. You can use the horizontal line. You see that it's been kind of stabling around here where you've had, it may have hit this market and then comes down, but you have these, you have your inverse shoulder, head, shoulder. So something to pay attention to. So that's a positive pattern, as a bullish pattern for the market cap of which is your altcoins. You also want to pay attention to double bottoms. See how this has two double bottoms? Those are typically bullish patterns. So that's just something to pay attention to, but this is on the 1-hour chart. So let's dig deeper as well. So this is the 4-hour chart. Again, it's been ranging there. And then the daily chart. It did print 2 red candles, and that was when those altcoins were bleeding. You do have a green candle, the last one. So all eyes are on Bitcoin right now. That's obviously the, it affects the market of which way, where money's flowing not. But it definitely crossed that psychological resistance level, which was huge breakthrough because there's obviously a lot of sell orders there, and it broke through that. So you're looking now to 55,000 as the next set of psychological resistance. And let the institutions just keep flowing in. Grayscale buys $344 million in Ethereum in just 2 weeks. Money is flowing into the market. Love seeing it. Look at that increase. And this is just Grayscale's Ethereum increase. They've been continuously buying it. They started down in December 19th and now all the way up here. So amazing to see. And here's their update on their assets. So make this a little bit bigger, but you can see they have Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Horizon, Litecoin, Stellar, Zcash, and Digital Large Cap Fund. So they just keep love it. And then Poloniex is an exchange, and it went down due to unexpected issues. They're investigating it. But I want to talk about this because if you are new to the market, you start getting into the market, especially if you're on a lower liquidity exchange, it's harder to sell at times if there's not enough people, not enough buyers to sell at that time. So, and these exchanges too, when there's these large pumps of money flowing into Bitcoin or a coin just skyrocketed, people need to sell right away. Those exchanges go down, unfortunately. And it's a gray area, but it does happen. So you have to plan for that. So a good way to plan for it is, one, having potentially you could have different exchanges and money on different exchanges, as well as, if it doesn't work where you're able to trade on desktop, if they have a phone app, you could have that to try to trade. So having multiple areas to be able to trade in and out when you need to is key. All right, Mastercard did it. They launched their first prepaid card in the Bahamas. So getting nice and sandy and toasty. So amazing to see. I'm sure they're trying to see, how it's doing with the Bahamian dollars. With this prepaid card, it enables users to pay goods and services wherever Mastercard is accepted worldwide. So they're now able to go ahead, pay with cryptocurrency. And the Bahamian dollar itself is pegged to the US dollar. So cool to see. All right, Cardano, ADA, its hard fork eyes and mainnet launch is looking like it's going to be on March 1st. So typically you have a run up and then a sell off before the mainnet launches or testnet launches. So that's one to pay attention to. We may have a run up here. When you pair your news to the markets, or what you're seeing on the charts, that is a good way to just get ahead. Have two ways you're looking at, bullish signs or bearish signs, to know what options are best for you. And that's what this channel is for. So be sure to subscribe, like the video, comment below, guys. I'll keep you updated with the latest news. And in Japan, they have yen and it listed its new stable coin, which is GYEN. So the stable coin is just like your US dollar. You have your USDC, USDT, that's your stable coin for the US dollar. And in Japan, they just released their N dollar. So amazing to see. Looks like they're our country that's moving forward more in cryptocurrency. And then MicroStrategy raises $600 million. No, $900 million to buy more Bitcoin, they're saying. So they came out with news and Twitter as well on this, that they are looking to put more money investing into Bitcoin, which could be a huge, if this investment, the more these investors go to that price, that it's going to hit a market cap, it's just going to keep increasing. So amazing to see. This will help the prices of Bitcoin. But let's go ahead and get into some charts for you guys. All right, EGLD, this is the 4-hour chart, but you see it's kind of starting to form potentially a rounded bottom. So that's one I'm just paying attention to because rounded bottoms are a great bullish pattern, okay? That's the 4-hour chart, one to pay attention to as well. All right, I know we had a viewer as well asking about Litecoin Targets. So, guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to definitely post them below. I'd love to go over or join the group of the Facebook group. But look at this right here. You have two rounded bottoms potentially forming here. We have a rounded bottom here, and this is the 4-hour chart, rounded bottom here as well. So two rounded bottoms are typically a bullish sign. You're looking at a cross right here, so you would want to go ahead, and if you're buying on the breakout, you would go ahead, set a horizontal line here, and look for a breakout. But remember, more buyers are on your retest, so where it retests back to this line. And how do you find your targets? You can use the Fibonacci retracement level to help find your upcoming targets. But look at this, has been continuously in a rising red. So you want to continue thinking it's going to stay in this pattern until it doesn't. Okay, so pay attention to what it's doing. It did pull a 9 here, which when it pulls 9s, typically you have a little bit of a pullback. See, in the past, you can back test all of your things here. It did have a bearish cross too on the stochastic RSI. This is the daily chart though. Your 4-hour chart though, that is more of a bullish pattern, but just paying attention to, okay, is it going to be crossing this or not? And then if you wanted to know how to get in on the lower trend line, you would draw that pattern line. You'd pay attention to it. If it comes back down here, you could buy in, and then you're looking for, you're front running the pattern essentially. You could potentially sell here, or once it breaks open, you're already in the pattern. So of the upside. So that's a cool way to go ahead and scale in and just kind of watch it. But you can utilize these Fibonacci retracement levels too. So let me show you guys here, right? So if it comes back down to the 0.5 and stuff, that's your entry into it. And to find your targets, to find your targets, you can utilize this. You draw the upper to the bottom, and then you have all of your upcoming targets. So then your target lines would be right here, 244, looking like we could see all the way up to 295, and it can keep going up from there. All right, Luna on the 4-hour chart, you see it has this rounded bottom and also looks like it potentially be a cup and handle. So you're looking at a breakout too of the 6.82. So one to watch. It just had a bullish stochastic RSI cross. Your RSI is pointing up as well. Reef, they are getting some great news because they have a partnership with DOT, so Polkadot, which Polkadot is now the 4th largest cryptocurrency, but you can go ahead and see it is in this falling wedge, which a falling wedge has 68% chance of a breakout, so you want to pay attention to if this is breaking out. You do have about a bullish cross coming on the MACD. Your stochastic RSI just crossed bullish. You're also looking at the RSI. It's close to crossing that 50 level mark. So one to pay attention to as well on Reef, that is your potential buy-in when it breaks out or when it retests as well as if you're more advanced too, you can be buying the bottom of the patterns, front running the patterns as they increase up. All right, guys, so that is your latest cryptocurrency news, some different market updates as well. Take care, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.